Let me disturb you small. Okay, if everything is trauma, then nothing is. And if every uncomfortable experience become trauma, we are weakening ourselves without realizing it. Now, breathe for a moment. I'm not dismissing trauma. I'm protecting its meaning.
Numb love is all I need, yeah, it's all I need.
Now listen, before you run to the comment section, let me be clear, let me make it very clear for you. I cannot diagnose trauma. That is between you and a qualified clinician. And the thing is, I'm not here to invalidate anybody's lived experience at all. I've gone through trauma, so I understand it is a sensitive topic, right? In fact, let me confess something to you. I have personally been guilty of using this word trauma too casually. Just like we casually use the word narcissist. Be honest. How is it possible that every single one of your exes, your boss, your friend, your auntie, are all narcissists? Unless it's the same person recycling themselves. We all have narcissistic traits as human beings, right? But narcissistic personality disorder is a clinical diagnosis. Those things are very different. And the same thing is happening with the word trauma. Trauma is not the same as pain. Trauma is not the same as discomfort. Trauma is not the same as that hurt my feelings. Clinically, trauma involves overwhelming threat, a nervous system that could not cope, right? Lasting dysregulation, safety being compromised. We're talking about war, severe abuse, life-threatening events, chronic violence. Trauma is when your body cannot metabolize what happened. That is serious. That deserves precision. Now, I work in a trauma-informed space, so I have basic understanding of trauma frameworks. Trauma-informed cares means we understand triggers, we prioritize safety, we recognize nervous system impact. It does not mean we label every difficult moment as trauma. We can be trauma-informed without being trauma-identified. That's maturity. Now, let's separate something, right? Discomfort is being corrected at work, a breakup, someone disagreeing with you, feeling embarrassed, realizing you are wrong, not being chosen. That hurts, but hurt is not always harm. And if we start labeling normal developmental pain as trauma, we train our nervous system to interpret normal life as danger. That's fragility training, not healing. Now, some of us are not traumatized. You are uncomfortable, and discomfort is a part of growth. If correction feels like abuse, if accountability feels like violence, if boundaries feels like oppression, we need to slow down, because resilience deserves some credit. I recently watched a conversation between Dr. Mark and George Bonanno, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, and something powerful stood out. Research shows that most people are more resilient than they think they are. Not because trauma isn't real, but because the human nervous system is designed to recover from stress. That doesn't mean suffering is fake. It means resilience is real. And when we label everything trauma, we erase the strength we actually carry within us. Now, that video that I've mentioned, it doesn't mean I agree with everything that he said, but it was quite a nuanced conversation, and I think it would be nice for you to watch it. When language inflates, capacity shrinks, right? If everything is toxic, then nothing is. If everything is gaslighting, then nothing is. If everything is trauma, then nothing is. Precision builds power. Vague language builds confusion, and confusion weakens discernment. Now, you see, there's another layer to this. Even when someone has experienced real trauma, right? It is something that happened to you. It's not who you are. There is a difference between trauma informed and trauma identified. Trauma informed says, I understand what shaped me. Trauma identified says, this defines me. One leads to growth, the other freezes your injury. Now, I'm speaking from this because I come from a war-torn country, and I can tell you 101 thing. I did a video recently, a couple of videos back, around trauma and what that looks like from my experience, you know. So I'm not talking about this from the mountaintop. Like, I'm here experiencing this moment with you. So let me hold your hand while we're going through this particular conversation. Now, I'm a Christian, and the scriptures often, when you look through it, does not deny suffering, but it never enthrones it either. It acknowledges trials, then it speaks about endurance, character, refinement. Pain is recognized, but it is not crowned as king. That balance matters a lot. Now, let's mature our language. Instead of that traumatized me, maybe say that hurt me, that disappointed me, that triggered insecurity, that was hard. Not everything is catastrophe, and if we stop exaggerating, we actually become much stronger. Now, you see, real trauma does exist. It deserves seriousness, it deserves care, it deserves professional support. But discomfort is a part of becoming. You are more resilient than you think, and a free mind does not dramatize normal life. It discerns, it differentiates, it grows. Stop calling everything trauma and start building capacity. Now, as I'm going through this video, I'm really trying my best. I'm like, because I use all the time, I'm just like, I'm traumatized. Like, I really need to work on it. So I'm with you in this particular journey, because it is very difficult when everything is made popular and things like that. It's easy for us to just use them, but let's deal with it. Let's look at resilience as power. Now, I know for a fact that there's somebody in your life, or if it's you, that will need this particular message. I'm here, we're here to build strength. We're here to be stronger together. Now, comment below if there's any place that resonated with you, and I hope that you share it with that person that actually may need to hear it. See you in the next video.